We as musicians, as artists, as jazz musicians, need a centralized place for all artists to share and learn from each other. As jazz musicians, we just come from a history where musicians learn from each other, shared information in the form of social gatherings, jam sessions, recording dates. You see some of the recording dates at Blue Note, some of the pictures of the guys just having a good time. And you find that information is then being passed, right? Through word of mouth. That's how that's how this music was built. That was the foundation of jazz music, right?
In the past, the musical community was more or less a family-oriented type thing. People used to share information with each other. From what I see nowadays, everybody's in their own little private corner saying me, my, I, instead of our. It's our music, not my music,
Today we're faced with a huge problem. We're deprived of this, we're deprived of the community, and as a result, the generation, we tend to take more time to find answers to societal challenges, and we just evolve at a slower rate. History has taught us that community is our greatest tool for progress, wellness, evolution, especially in music. My name is Gifton. I'm a professional trumpeter, composer, and educator. As a Juilliard grad with 6 years of experience in New York City, I had the privilege of collaborating with Grammy Award-winning artists like Roy Hargrove, Jon Batiste, Wynton Marsalis, and Nicholas Payton. I have also toured the world with my band, the Gifton Cello Quintet. So In the Shed is an e-learning space geared for artist development, and our goal is to help people understand what does it truly take to be an artist in 2023. When we look at cultural icons like Louis Armstrong, who serves as a beacon for modern pop culture, and what he represented continues to evolve up to this day. And America remains to not really be aware of the impact and the significance of this cultural heritage. And in light of this, you find that musicians that live in the richest city in the world, New York City, are still playing gigs for $50, $150 for restaurants or club gigs. And you think about how other fields are completely increasing in terms of value, and just look at the value of just things around us is always increasing, and here it is, one of the most precious art forms is just completely stagnant. And there's a reason for that. Why is that, right? So we find ourselves stuck in the past as musicians, where some of the things that we're doing throughout our daily lives are not necessarily up to par with where the rest of the world is at. And there's a reason for that, right? Through these rat race of running for another gig and there's some level of time that they're buying away, where you don't really have time to actually work on your artistry and you yourself as a human being. And this is why, as In the Shed, we're trying to work on showing people that there's a path to doing it, and it involves building on your value and using your time to actually dedicate to the things that matter most, right? And that will lead you to the success in terms of all the work you put in, and then getting the right treatment in terms of the right monetary value in relationship to the music that you're working on. And so it's connected to all of this, and sharing that information with the community, right? Making this something where everybody can have access to it, so that we all grow as a collective. We're in a point right now where that information is being huddled, right? There are some people that have access to that information, but that's not how we all grow. That's not how we all evolve, right, as a community. And so we have access to 300 plus users and growing, 20 plus educators like Nicholas Payton, Gerald Cannon, and we're working on getting interviews with people like Wynton Marsalis, Jon Batiste. This is invaluable in terms of the amount of information you can learn. Hours of this material within this database, musical developmental exercises, a network of musicians. That's literally our platform pinging right now, right? You can see it here. This is where all the conversations happen through our student chat. We're always constantly in link talking about the music. This is where we get to actually find solutions, right? So time is of the essence. We're only accepting 100 dedicated shedders because we really want to hone in and give people the viable information and give them the right time. It all takes time, right? So apply to see if you can get in the shed and book a call with us.